Welcome back to the OpenAI Associate Developer course. In this session, we're going to look at the usage section inside the object returned from the chat.completions.create API call. When you make a call to the chat.completions.create endpoint, the response object provides detailed information about the AI's interaction. This includes the response messages themselves, as well as the metadata about the prompts and response. Specifically, the usage section will contain valuable information about token consumption. The usage object includes three important properties: prompt tokens, completion tokens, and total tokens. Let's break down what each of these properties represents and how they relate to the max tokens property you set in your request. First, the prompt tokens. This property indicates the number of tokens that were used in the input prompt. The input prompt includes all the messages you provided to the API call, such as the system, user, and assistant messages. It's important to keep track of the prompt tokens because they contribute to the total overall token count used in the request. Next, the completion tokens. This property represents the number of tokens generated by the AI in the response. The max tokens property you set in your initial request directly influences the completion tokens. For example, if you set max tokens to 100, the AI will generate a response up to 100 tokens, but it could be less depending on the context and the stop sequences. Finally, we have total tokens. This property is the sum of prompt tokens and completion tokens. It represents the total number of tokens consumed by the request, including both the input and the generated output. The total tokens must stay within the model's maximum context length, which is the combined limit for both input and output tokens, and the number of tokens allowed is continuously getting updated. Let's take a bit of a broader look at the output object to understand it a little better and see how these properties work together with an example. The OpenAI Create Chat Completion Return object is of type OpenAI Chat Completions Chat Completion. This response object will additionally have the following parent-level keys. Choices. This is an array of your messages, i.e., the AI's responses. We will look more at this array when we study the N property. However, for now, in this example, the usage object shows that the prompt tokens is 21, indicating that the input prompt used 21 tokens. Next comes the completion tokens, which is 92, meaning the AI generated a response containing near the maximum number of tokens based on what we provided, 100. Know that completion tokens is the value you're controlling with the max tokens property you set in your chat completion configuration object. And finally, the total tokens. This is 113, which is the sum of the input and output tokens. Note, you may get slightly different numbers depending on how the AI decides to reply at the time you run your prompt. Understanding these properties helps you manage and optimize the token usage in your API calls, ensuring that you stay within the OpenAI limits and your budget. In our next lessons, we'll continue exploring other advanced properties and how they can be used to optimize your interactions with the OpenAI Chat Completion API. Stay tuned, and let's continue enhancing our AI-powered applications together.